Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Units Dynasty tier list. Now, this is a very early tier list for our College Football 26 Dynasty. As you all know, we are in the first season and not all the teams have joined. So, if you find yourself on an area in this tier list that you do not particularly like or do not want to be at, use that as motivation. This is supposed to be completely motivational and honest. So, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off, we're going to start with MIA. These are teams that have not joined yet. Most of these teams, I think, plan on joining sometime in the near future. Some teams, I have no idea. Starting off, we have Navy. Um, I don't know where Navy's at. I don't know if Navy's coming back. It's up in the air. Yukon, I think Yukon said they may be coming back. I think it's really just a toss up at this point. So that's there. And now we have the teams that we think are for sure locks for coming back. Obviously, Kent State, great team. Liberty, yes. Texas State, and the ECU Pirates. All these teams, these four teams specifically, I believe, do plan on coming back and should be interesting. Now, let's move on to the placements. Starting off, we're going to have the UAB Blazers. Where do these Blazers belong? That is the question. Now, it is interesting. Let's see what a conference they're in, if I can find it. Looks like they're in the American Conference along with UTSA, USF, and Temple, and it appears that they lead that conference with a 3-0 record. Very good. A rook, obviously, but nonetheless very good. Starting out 3-0 with the UAB Blazers, that is a great start to the first season, and this guy obviously has some grit. He may be a rook, but he also has spirit and the ability to throw down. So, for that reason, we're going to put UAB at mid. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the hell? You just said he's very good. He's 3-0, he leads the conference, but he is a fucking rook. No more to be said. Now we have the Colorado State Rams. I believe they're the Rams. They're starting out 1-1 in the Mountain West Conference, along with UNLV and Hawaii. Colorado State haven't played a lot of games this year so far. At least at the time we're recording this, they're 1-1. So we'll go ahead and throw them at mid. It could be very good, maybe terrible. We really don't know yet. Now, let's go over to USF. Some things never change. USF, you are 0-3 to start the year. That's bad. And I understand that in one of those games, you completely sold and threw the game away, basically. Still a drag. Still a drag. I mean, nothing we can say in your defense at this point. You're bad. But remember, this is for motivation. You can come back. You can do better. You can succeed. You made it to the playoffs that very last season in College Football 25 Units Dynasty. Let's just get there earlier this time around. Now we will be going on to Hawaii, back over in the Mountain West. I think it's the Mountain West. We got Hawaii at 4-1. Very good start from Hawaii. We used to joke that this team was really bad in the early days of College Football 25. They were terrible. But it seems that they have built on the momentum from that last dynasty and they have continued it right up into this one. They've basically picked up right where they left off with a much shittier team. So obviously we need to go respect here. We respect the Rainbow Warriors. They are a great program. They have a head coach who is dedicated and involved with the league, and there's not much else you can ask for that. Just great coach, great man, great program overall, and we have to respect that. Now, we have Temple. The Temple Chronicles return, and the Chronicles do not favor the coach, John Trom, or whatever he calls himself. This team is 0-4. They are getting blown out by good and bad teams. Destroyed by Oklahoma. I want to say it's 52-9. Now it is Oklahoma. You can't put much blame on him. But losing 31-10, I believe, to Georgia Tech just last night. Granted, you had a lot of injuries, but at the end of the day, we talk about the injuries. Most injuries do not take your players out for the entire game. At least in my experience, they don't take people out for the entire game. That's very important to recognize because they will get back in the game. They will fight. I think it is your scheme. You don't have the jet sweep. The jet sweep has been nerfed, apparently, in this game. So you need to lock in and find a playbook that really suits you. Switch to an offensive scheme that fits your play style and plays to your strengths. It's very important. I can speak for myself as the Ball State head coach that, yes, I've switched my playbooks around almost every week now, trying to tweak and find the right scheme fit for me, and I think I'm getting close to it. My defensive scheme, my defense is like a 61 or 60 overall, so I don't think the scheme is going to help me there. But your team is not completely hopeless. You just need to lock in and find the right plays that you can run. But obviously, my man, we gotta put you at drag. 0-4, getting destroyed by Georgia Tech, not even like a competition at that point. That's just inexcusable. Now we have Coastal Carolina by themselves in the Sun Belt. If Texas State joins uh, this season midway through, he will be there with you in the Sun Belt. Coastal Carolina, you are 2-1. People have spoken of your skill in football and coaching football games, but frankly, we just haven't seen enough yet. We're going to have to put you at mid. Hope you can overcome that and lead your team to the playoffs and be a very valid competitor. But as of right now, it's just too early to tell whether or not you're actually going to be a force to be reasoned with, or reckoned with, rather, in this league. Now we go on to the UTSA Roadrunners. 3-0 team. They've got grit. They are active. They are always getting on people's ass, telling them to get their games in. We love it. We love the competitive fire and spirit you have. We love the dedication to this dynasty and this league. We are going to put you at respect, my friend. Respect. There's nothing more that can be said. Um, Respect, you know, it's just respect all around. Now we have the UNLV. I forget what they're called. Are they the Raiders? The Rebels? I can't remember, and I'm not going to look it up because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But 2-1 team in the Mountain West, along with Colorado State and Hawaii, leading that conference somehow. It appears, despite Hawaii being 4-1. Looks like Hawaii has a no, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why it said you're leading. Hawaii is 4-1 with a 1-0 in the conference, and UNLV at the time of making this, you're 2-1 and 0-0 in the conference. So it literally makes no sense for you to be ahead of Hawaii. But okay, there's that. You seem to be good. You did struggle with Auburn, but I did too. There's not much you could do for that, but 2-1, 2 wins. We're just going to put you at mid for now. Again, just similar to Coastal Carolina, too early to tell. Ball State, you hate ranking yourself, but we gotta go units. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go mid for me. It's been a rough start, and this team is ass, gentlemen. This team is ass. The Ball State Cardinals, we're in trouble. Okay, uh, we are in trouble. This team is bad. I think due to my play style and my scheme, I can eke out wins. I'm 3-1 now at this point. Um, kind of middle of the pack in the MAC, a little upper middle. 3-1, but 0-0 in the conference. I haven't played a conference game. I have Toledo in my conference. I'm happy with 3-1 right now, but I don't know if I'm willing to put myself at respect uh, due to just how terrible the team I'm coaching is. And last but not least, we have Toledo. Toledo, you are 4-0. You just destroyed, I think it was Western Michigan. Like you blew them out. Like you scored 42 points. I think the vast majority of people here, I don't even know if anyone else has scored that much yet. Maybe a couple have against some terrible teams, but like I haven't even gotten into the 30s yet in terms of points. I think the most I've scored in a game is 24. You're doubling that. Um, you're a great team. I know people are going to get on me for the Glaze, but it looks like the Toledo with Taekwon Lord all over again. But they're a worse team and somehow still doing really well, especially with when you're in the MAC conference. You know, you're going to obviously be thrusted to the leadership there. You'll probably end up getting a playoff spot, and who knows, you could make a crazy season one playoff run. Um, so yeah, obviously units. Nothing else to be said there. That is our units dynasty tier list. Let me know what you think, gentlemen, and let's go out there and get our games played. Thank you.